Tonight we continue a KXAN investigation. You want the city to be cautious with your safety and your tax dollars. But KXAN discovered Austin is paying much more than cities our same size for injuries and damage like this caused by its own workers that are driving city vehicles. Over the past 5 years, the city paid out nearly $4.5 million to settle claims for those crashes.
At 6 o'clock, we showed you what a long process it can be before the city can help you pay for any damage its workers cause. But tonight, KXAN investigator Robert Maxwell asks the city what it's doing to stop this from happening in the first place.
Late morning last September 3rd, Kimberly Langston was traveling down South 1st Street on her way to South Park Meadows. As she sat here in the left-hand turn lane, a City of Austin dump truck right ahead of her, without warning, decided to back up.
You know, when he was backing up, I was like, what the hey? Why is he backing up, you know?
Not a laughing matter. Kimberly Langston's medical bills for neck and back injuries she says the crash caused.
It's kind of like one of those things from a movie, you know, where you're trying to move and things are happening so fast and you're like, ah!
The City of Austin's legal department says it receives up to 800 property damage and personal injury claims every year. Langston's case was one of the bigger payouts. The city wrote her and her attorneys checks totaling more than $31,000. The driver of the dump truck, a public works operation technician, had been on the job less than 5 months.
This is his first accident, you know, he was terrified. And I felt bad for him, to be honest.
Austin tracks its employees' driving mistakes with a point system. Rack up at least 10 points in 3 years, you lose your driving privileges. This crash cost the city worker 4 points for backing up improperly. That's after losing another point for another crash the month before. He's since taken the department's defensive driving course and has had no more crashes.
And that's just one worker driving one of the city's 4,000 vehicles. They include these one-ton trucks that public works staff drive, all the way down to small hybrid vehicles you might see Parks and Rec staff driving.
Excluding police, fire, and EMS, records show city workers have had more than 1,000 wrecks since 2012. Austin's number is about twice that of cities with similar populations like Jacksonville, Florida, which has a slightly smaller fleet of vehicles.
I think our numbers are fairly constant. I'd like to see them go down more.
Howard Lazarus heads up the city's public works department.
Is public works just as one department doing enough, do you think, for safety in the city of Austin?
I think we are. I think the biggest challenge we face is to balance the need to move along and get things done. And
Lazarus says he knows busy workers get complacent about safety. So in addition to linking promotions to safe driving records and limiting operating hours on job sites, his team just had its first ever day-long driver refresher training. It includes basic backing up skills, the root of many collisions, like this one in 2013 where a city garbage truck backed into someone's garage. Those repairs cost the city $12,600.
He switched the sign, he's using the correct signals.
Other skills the city's public works crews are reviewing, looking out for others around construction zones on our increasingly congested roadways.
with people who are more and more distracted, and we need to stress to our staff that it's not enough just to control your own actions. You have to watch out for what other people are doing.
Another thing we found out, when Public Works is acquiring new vehicles now, they're having them painted this bright safety orange, more visible to you and me as we drive by these construction zones. And for crews, Howard Lazarus says, to keep safety front of mind. In Austin, Robert Maxwell, KXAN Investigates.
And we wanted to know which city departments have had the most crashes since 2012. Well, Austin Resource Recovery leads the list with 281, followed by Austin Water, Public Works, and Austin Energy. And to put that into context, you can take a closer look at our numbers and Robert's complete investigation that's online at KXAN.com. Just search for this story on our homepage, where you can also find a link to complain if a city vehicle has caused you damage. And if you have something you want KXAN to investigate, call our tip line or email us at report@KXAN.com.